picture here will find. Then that hog lot, my friends, was so spacious and nice that ere volunteering service, you better think twice. For it's a long winding trail first off, say, where pioneer hogs are stopped pioneer way. Their house is of rock, and the roof just a big stack of hay. On two sides, the old creek winds within the enclosure. Just suppose there's a flood. You'd think those pigs would be due for exposure. But the land many days was so thirsty and brown, and so after all, they never get drowned. That old hanging bridge was so scary, but still when I crossed it, I got a great thrill. Just imagine you are fishing for carp, maybe catfish or bass, and you find yourself landing a measly old crab. Try again, my poor lad. But no, it's a turtle. Unhook him, please do, and we'll have for our supper some grand turtle stew. Discoverers and explorers of the land of spring in 1871. Richard E. 17 and Secretary Land 14. These pictures are on. Two boys in their teens. Yes, they venture some terror, but they love to explore, so they each took a dare. Unheeding the buffalo, the wolves, and vicious wildcats, I suspect had my grandfather known it, they'd have stayed where they were at. A spring in the wilderness, you should know, as true as the covers from fresh mountain snow, yet 200 miles from Old Pike Peak. A spring in the wilderness. God must have stopped here to create such a fountain for the faithful pioneer, who gave in full measure this oasis there. Rushes and mint in profusion were there. Oh, that old land of spring, it's the place I love best. To me, it had charm far more than the rest. There the water gushed forth from the earth at my shrine and went bubbling down the bank steep incline. You'd seek its cool shade on a hot summer's day, and wish that you too could always stay. Water trickling down over moss-covered rocks brought birds in their seasons, flocks upon flocks. But in the distance I hear a tinkling sound. Ah, yes, old Balky is homeward bound. And the evening sun with a mellow glow tells me so plainly now I must go. A hallowed spot, soon darkness will hide you from sight. Dear old land of spring, good night. The end.
Of the family altar at the LANDON'S home, we're going to sing one of the hymns that we so often sing when we have the morning worship before breakfast. It is good to be here.
We're singing a number in German if we can, Lisa and I.
the Sony on it.
Well, I guess that kind of winds it up.
Father, we thank thee for the blessing of the Christian poem. We ask that you Father is he who this Father to seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. Bless all the family wherever they are in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Russell Prairie, Esther Headquarters, June 11th, 1961. Sunday afternoon. Luther and Mel and Mabel speaking. From us to you, in memory of our pioneers, we want you to hear the tones of your grandmother Loretta's 93-year-old organ. First scripture was the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. Of my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest the table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Now we'll sing over and over again one of Grandmother's old songs from New England.
It is never so wrong to the free, and the lesson we once tried so hard to learn is never so hard. Sorrowful tears may fall, and the heart to its depths be riven by the storm and tempt. Need them all to render us meet for help.
One of Grandmother's favorite pieces that she played on the organ, the old organ, for us when we were children was called The Broken Heart Waltz. It seemed to have originated in Adrian, Michigan, and many of the relatives know it as such, and their mothers played it too, but I'm not sure that there's anyone but June Olson that knows it besides me, so I'm playing it to put it on a record. We now have a poem by Winnie Lennon that was written in 1951, and the title of it is Landon Woods. It's historical, and we think it's beautiful. It's written by our cousin, who now lives in Lamar, Colorado, and it will now be read by Mel Boston.
Well, after the scenes of my yesterdays, I envision once more with a somber gaze the scenes of my childhood so dear to my heart, a memory picture from which I am a part. In the county of Russell flowed the old Landon Creek. To me, it was a paradise, wholly complete. At its edge, the tall trees in profusion did rise towering far o'er the water in shady disguise. A beautiful picture with garlands of green deep down in the water those trees could be seen. The old Landon home on the bank of the creek could tell many tales of the street. Traders and hunters were constantly there, campers, and people from everywhere. Beneath the old gray rock house was a story unique, with a runway in front on the bank of the creek. It was enclosed on two sides by a high rock-laid wall. Stone steps led up to the house, another led down to the boat. There was skating and sledding and putting up ice, and boating in summer. Oh boy, it was nice. In that runway was a huge walnut tree. My cousins used to know made a swing there for me. Both Luther and Bean, they just flung me so high, oh boy, but of course, seeing the old cat, it must die. Migration started in 72. It took 2 nights and a day before they were through. It was the Wisconsin colony, to Buffalo. Their exit took place at the Landon Creek Spring. There they formed in line for a last Highland fling. Down that path, single file they did go, past the old Landon house with tread measured and slow. Methinks I heard someone say, how many more? Why have this grand march right here by our door? I doubt if they slept, that pioneer band, with all the dust those buffaloes stand. The bawling and bellowing that must have gone on for a day and 2 nights, and that's before dawn. When the last hoofbeat echoed in the distance and died, there was sound on the side. But presto, the stillness was broken by a station alarm. Evidently, R.B. himself from his own homestead door, he had faithfully counted 80,000 or more. Wake up, all you fellows. Maybe now we can find. Gone are the beavers, architects of the dam. Those who don't the ground.